I'm standing here with the one and only two-time Tony Award winner, Judith Light.
Hello, my darling.
And Maggie Gyllenhaal, soon to be making her Broadway debut this fall. Ladies, congratulations on being here. Judith, this time last year you were picking up a Tony. How does it feel to be back?
It feels fantastic. You know, as what I always say is that because we are a family and we are a theater family and we're a Broadway family. I mean, this is the first time Maggie and I have met each other, but I feel like we know each other because there's a community here that is so extraordinary and so connected.
Maggie, you know, I saw you on stage twice off-Broadway at Classic Stage Company. You're making your Broadway debut this fall in a stopper play opposite Ewan McGregor. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, in The Real Thing. I've never been on Broadway. I've always, kind of had a dream of acting on Broadway, and I haven't ever done it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm scared also, I think there's something different about acting at a place like CSC, which has 400 seats, and most of the people who are there know exactly what they're going to see, than a huge, massive Broadway house, but I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. I'm just shifting my attention to that play and starting to think about it now for the summer before we start rehearsal in September, but yeah, to me, it's kind of got a magic about it, just being on Broadway. I really have dreamed of that my whole life. I mean, I really have.
Amazing. Well, I cannot wait to see you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You are. I know you're going to be extraordinary.
Ladies, I just have to point out to the camera and the folks watching at home, these dresses are gorgeous. Who are you wearing, Judith?
Randy Rom.
Beautiful.
And Nina Runsdorf, Jules.
Amazing. How about you, Maggie?
Mine is Dolce & Gabbana. My daughter said, that's too fancy. And I was like, no. This is the time you get to wear the absolutely fanciest thing.
That's right.
You don't have to worry about ever being too fancy.
That's
this
exactly
is the time.
right.
When at the Tonys, what are you guys doing tonight? What's your involvement with this evening's show?
I'm doing Best Revival with Patrick Wilson.
You're presenting.
I am presenting.
How about you, Maggie?
I am introducing Alan Cumming and his number with the Classic Cabaret.
Amazing. Judith, we were just talking a little bit about this past season, a very exciting season on Broadway.
I know.
Talk to me about some of your favorite shows you've seen this season.
I've seen some really extraordinary work this season. That's why I think it's so complicated, and what tonight is going to bring is going to be very interesting to see. I've seen Casa Valentina, which is just so extraordinary. Harvey Fierstein's play. I saw Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and Neil Patrick Harris Takes Your Breath Away, and Reed Birney and Casa Valentina, and my Harvey Fierstein, who I love. Bryan Cranston in All the Way, and Raisin in the Sun, and Glass Menagerie. I mean, I really could go on, but you don't have time for me to do that.
How about you, Maggie? Any highlights of the season for you?
I liked the Mark Rylance Shakespeare's.
I
didn't
great.
watch them both in one day, but I had to take a break.
I did too. I came back
I
and
know
saw
some
them
people
both.
did,
Yeah.
but I thought those were amazing. And a good friend of mine, Linda Eamon, who I did play with a couple of times. She's nominated tonight for the
She was
revival
so
and cabaret.
good,
Yeah,
and so
she was-
surprised everybody with what a beautiful voice she has, and Danny Burstein and she are beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful performances.
Really beautiful.
Before we wrap, I do have to ask you, Maggie, when I had your brother Jake on set with me about a year and a half ago, I said, would you ever see yourself doing a show with your sister? And he said yes. So Maggie, would you ever see yourself doing a Broadway show with your brother Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Everybody always asks us about films, and I think it would be much more difficult to do a play together, because when you do a play with somebody, I think the depth of the relationship usually it has the possibility of going even deeper, I think, than in a film, because you're doing the same work every night over and over again. You have to go through so much with that person. So, if we decided to do that, I think it would be intense.
It would be very intense, and that kind of level of intimacy that you have and what you have to bring all the time to the work is really, and he did that wonderful play here.
Yeah.
That was so grand.
It was the long title. I'm blanking on it
and
too.
It was really great.
At the roundabout, though.
I saw it
Yeah,
like 5
roundabout.
times.
That's right, and the water and all
The water. So much water.
I've worked with my husband many times on stage, so in a way I know, of course it's very different with a brother, but I have a sense of how intense it would be and what it would entail. I think it would have to be exactly the right director and exactly the right piece.
Amazing. Well, ladies, congratulations. Have so much fun tonight.
We will. So
Enjoy
good
the
to see
evening.
you.
Good to see you as always, Judith.
Yeah.
Let's throw it back to you.
Hey, Frank.